Well, we're gonna see how this goes. Oopsies. I'll fight into the mic. Sorry about that. See how this goes because my neighbor has the neighbor saga, 2.5 or whatever. My neighbor is playing some of the loudest music they've ever played, so having fun with that. That's great. Also, wait a little bit. What's it? 12 minutes since 12 minutes since I started. Wait a little bit so I can wait for my food to get here. But we're getting back in. Holy shit. We're getting back in. It'd be the funniest thing ever if I only have like an hour left of this case. I'm not starting the case after that, and even if that's the case. Huh. It's the case so many times. What's that thing that happened? No. What are we searching for again? Looking for the auctioneer's hammer. Oh, the murder weapon. Yeah. What's up? My music playing in the background. Let me stop that. What am I hearing in the background? The entire big building has been searched from top to bottom. No murder weapon anywhere. Of course, it's not been too easy. Let's see. Jesus, man, you were one sadistic dude. All prisoners set the couches word at law. We've objected how many times already in this game? How many times in this case? I want to say like at least twice. It's definitely more than twice. Way more than twice. Oh, these are small ass burgers. No wonder they were cheap. Objection? That was kind of an exaggerated cop, but let's go with this. What the fuck? Excelsior's winner, this court hereby indicts you for your crimes. Let's fucking go. The IS evidence in it. Wait. That was a case we just did. That was a flashback case. Your late night visit to this chamber was to find this out. But I come to retrieve files pertaining to your own case. You have to forgive me. I was used to buy myself more time. Why do you using the case files? You can't just accuse my dad without proper ground. It's defamation. Years ago, Mr. Verifacama had some details about the victim's body fabricated. He's been playing the long con for this whole game. Holy shit. Alright, you go. You were supposed to fabricate when the sculptor Artibot's body went missing. By proper fabricating information when the fences. You know what? It's alright. It's okay. We'll tell you when you're older. The inside man that was originally assigned to the case did in fact report the body had gone missing. However, it seems that someone wasn't very pleased with Mr. Von Karma, and deliberately withheld the information in order to bring him down a few pegs. What? What? But there with how the information order be. You're telling me Vanderbilt Comma didn't cheat? What the fuck? He didn't falsify evidence? If it refuses to allow anyone to go against the witches or challenge their power, and then known to go extreme lengths in order to bring those to find them to heal. And Vakama just didn't probably give a shit. They even ordered Dr. Hertz to create a fake autopsy report for IS-7 incident. Didn't have any choice. Oh, person in question was chief prosecutor at the time. This guy?
Objection!
You're the reason everything's happened in Ace Attorney? It's you? My body that was meant for doing such a waffle boy. Like autopsy report? How could you? Can't believe you naughty kids would do such. He's just throwing people under the bus right now. All right. We could just ask her why she did it. She is standing right over there after all. You being blackmailed? So he was gonna charge you if I didn't help them with their plan. Oh. So he got Hertz to do something in the past, and then he got her granddaughter to do things for him, being like, "I'll tell everyone what she did." The mask didn't cover their whole face, and the part that wasn't covered had a tattoo on it.
Objection!
I don't have a tattoo. Or was it tattoo, or was it blood?
Overruled.
Wrong user going to take you down because you. Billy knew the victim. I do believe that is a new statement. The goddess demands that you offer your full testimony on the record. Okay. Yeah, actually, let me do something for a second. Let me check my mic. Let me check my mic properties. What is the which one? Okay, interesting. Okay, that's what I do. Mr. Edwards, please allow me to work with you on this one. I don't get another chance to put him on the stand. So to make the most of this opportunity. Yeah, of course. This feels like a final case. Why does this feel like a final case? How many cases are there in? Hold on. Am I just remembering things wrong? Yes, current investigations 2. Investigations 1. Security Investigations 2. God damn it, that's why I pressed and to give me one. Oh, there are. There are 5 cases. What the fuck? Interesting. Now, Chairman, when you go tell the court everything you know about Miss Winger. Holy shit. Okay, it was committee of the, remember the committee, of course. Behind any personal interactions, at least none that I remember. I had no motive to murder that poor girl whatsoever. I have absolutely no idea why she was after me. Huh. Okay, what possible evidence do I have? You're looking at revenge for what happened 12 years ago. Huh. The winner of winners. Okay. A sweet, simple child. Francisco, that is a pot calling the kettle black. Are you kidding me? Being like, oh, he's in this because it's his father doesn't mean he has to cover for his father's crimes. You telling me you didn't know that your dad's been doing shady shit? I think I got something. But I don't know if I have the right. Okay. I have absolutely no idea what she was after me. Okay. Wait, hold on. Is there a way to like listen to the music, listen to the recording? Like, can I like? Yeah, is there a way for me to listen? Oh, hold on. Just in this one makes it play the recording. I knew it was you the moment I laid eyes on you. You could hide that bird from me. Nothing to say for yourself. I've waited for so long for this, and now I finally have my revenge. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay, so what about? I think I'm finished. You'll be sorely disappointed. Okay. Wow, take a look at the evidence. Thank you, Francisco. Okay, maybe. No personal interactions, none that I remember. Okay. I had no motive to kill the poor girl whatsoever. And I absolutely had no idea why she was after me. Okay, it's either this. Okay, or okay, it's okay. No, I got it. I'm not gonna give up just yet, okay? I'm gonna prove that you're innocent, one way or the other. Man, it's hard for me to have salty food without coughing now anymore. No motive to forgo, or it's my backup plan, and then after that, we're gonna get something else new. Okay. So it's not neither of those two. All right, back to the drawing board. What do we know? We know that Judge Gavel came in and Rosie came in. Okay, we know about the victim's letter. We know about let's see. Hodge observation. Let's see. What do we know about Judge Gavel himself? Right? Details of the case a couple of years ago. Artie Frost, Ibsen Tangora, Judy Bound, Jaleesa Scone. Let's see. Defense attorney Gregory Edgeworth. What did it? Judy Bound. Okay, what do we use with the case file? Perhaps you ought to cool your head a little and think things over again. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning. Let's press everything and then see what happens. Cringe-inducing.
Hold it!
Make it seem like the third one may be the right thing to at least present something on. If I already put your evidence now that I remember, you barely knew the victim at all. Did you add that to your testimony? Let's go! Let's go! I didn't even know about the burn mark on her hand. Was that?
Objection!
What? Oh, probably because we can't prove that it's him saying this stuff.
Hold it!
Okay. What does anyone's car? I'd say it's a pretty noticeable impact. And so after the incident myself, the victim's hands were always covered by a pair of gloves. It makes sense, of course, people can be very self-conscious about such things. Only sympathize being something of a sensitive soul myself. Is it this now? Because he says, because he mentions the bird market. It's like if he mentions the bird market, that means that he had gloves. She didn't have gloves on during that time. If she did, that raises a rather important question and highlights a rather contradiction. All right, ASMR time. Opening up a can of Olipop. Not sponsored. Pop. Woo. Contradiction, you say? Really? Doing deep gulps right into the mic. If you listen again to the conversation that was captured by this stuffed cow, you'll see what I mean. And I knew it was you the moment I laid eyes on you. You can't hide that burn from me. Nothing to say for yourself? I've waited so long for this day, and now I finally have my revenge. You can be reasonably certain that what we just heard is the moment the victim was attacked. I knew it was you the moment I laid eyes on you. You can't hide that burden from me. We assumed that those were the words of the killer. And words upon that, it seems a perfectly sensible assumption to me. I'm afraid not, Chairman Winner. But you see, if the victim was always wearing gloves as you just testified, the burn mark on her hand should not have been visible to a killer.
Objection!
It's because if gloves can't easily remove, she could have taken them off during the auction. That's true, but she hadn't. She was still wearing them when I changed places with her. So they must have been on her hands when she was being murdered too. Why would she be in trouble? Huh? She's just saying what the truth is, Excelsius. Why would she be in trouble? Where am I on my side now? Now it's time for you to pay the piper, winner, you dang devil. So you're both looking to disappear too. Disappear? That can be arranged. Not this time, Excelsius, winner. The only person disappearing will be you.
Objection!
Hey, you can't talk to my dad like that. Who cares if the birds are covered up? Why does that even matter? Oh, it matters. Because it turns out instead of the burn mark on its head. What do you mean? What kind of fact the bird fitter's burn mark be covered up possibly? The victim's burn mark was covered. What mean? The murderer had a burn mark too. The victim didn't have a burn mark? No, we know the victim had a burn mark because we've seen the burn mark. There were no burn marks at all. It was covered up, possibly. Wait, hold on. What can the fact that the victim's burn mark was covered up possibly tell us? That's the only thing that makes sense. Think about it like this, Mr. Winner. The victim was wearing gloves, therefore the burn mark on her hand would not have been visible. In which case, whose burn was it that was being referenced in the recording? Somebody who wasn't the victim? Precisely, which can only mean that the culprit had prominent burn mark too. And put it another way, I never seen the moment I laid eyes on you. You can't hide that burn from me. Those words were spoken not by the murderer, but by the victim.
Objection!
Basically, big. What does that even mean? Mayan stepping aside for a sec. Look, Mayan, it's as nice as you having fun with your little flight of fancy, but let's get serious. The murderer had burn mark now, really? Where? Your little theory will either take flight or die depending on your answer here, I'm afraid. I wonder where it could have been. All the auction people, they were wearing disguises, right? Yes, and each disguise was different. Yeah, in spite of that, the burn mark was visible to the victim somehow, which means... Where was the burn mark? The wig.
Take that!
God damn it. Just focus on that, the answer should come to me. It's got to be the face, right? Torn from the victim's clothes.
Take that!
Here's my evidence. The outfit the wing winner was wearing throughout the auction. Rather, the outfit you were wearing, Chairman Winner. What exactly is that supposed to tell us? Why are you objecting to that? A suit, red gloves, and a mask. This disguise should have covered almost all of your skin. But according to Ms. Nito's testimony, auctioneer's mask didn't quite cover your entire face. Only at that, she claims to have seen a tattoo on the part that was exposed. But if it was a tattoo, it simply misstated a burn mark for one. A burn mark? On the face? But I regret to inform you that none of the community members have such a burn. Myself included, of course. But Dad, I mean, used to say it. But on this particular occasion, I'm grateful for your present. A reaction of that from you, his son, is as good as an indicator of the truth I would have hoped for. Gives me a much needed confidence boost concerning another theory of mine, namely who that one explained item belongs to. Which unexplained item? What explained item? The jamming ninja? Corsage? The ID? masks, this, unexplained, the statement. What have we net to do? Not the key card. He might be in shock. After all, he is usually the last one to figure things out, but in this case, he seems to have gotten there all too quickly. He knows that his father is indeed the real murderer. He's sad because he knows the truth, so it's better not to know the truth at all. Kay, no, that's not how this works. That's not how this works. No, Kay, that's what we came here for. It doesn't matter how we get there. The important thing is finding the truth, no matter how bad it could be. You yourself told me that once, right when I needed it here the most. Now it's time for me to repay the favor and show you the truth of your innocence. I want to know, too, the truth of what really happened. So please, Mr. Edgeworth, won't you show me? I very much intend to. You don't know when to give up, do you? Where is this burn then? Perhaps you can point it out to me? But you can't, can you? Because it's nowhere to be found. Just like your evidence, I'm the killer. He's wearing a wig. Yeah, hunt for the contradictions all you like. You won't find any because he's my dad, a winner through and through. I understand, Mr. Winner. I completely understand why you don't want to believe it's true. But if you ignore the truth now, you'll regret it for as long as you live. I just don't understand it. How could I raise such utter buffoon? If you really wish to help your father, Eustace, you can try thinking on your own for once in your life, you useless nitwit. But I try all the time, Dad. All I do is try. All I do is try no matter what. I went to the school you wanted me to go to. I aced every test. Look at my jacket. They only gave these to the valedictorian. Is it true? I can't remember from that case. I did everything you asked me to. Yeah, look at this. Actually, everything you told me to. I worked like crazy and graduated top of my class. Really? Did you? I tried to be just like you and win as many trophies as I could. How did this guy pass? You really are just a simpering simpleton, aren't you? Those tests you aced, I had the school give you perfect scores. Ah, okay. Okay, I figured. Yeah, alright. Okay. Yeah, Daddy Dearest here. Those debate and speech competitions you won, the judges were all friends of mine. If you never even realized that much, there's no hope for you, I'm afraid. None of all. This poor kid actually thought he was doing well. I actually kind of feel bad for him. You know, son of mine, even you must see that. Damn. Damn, son. Oh, Sniffle, gone. My own son. They all leave in the end. Your own son? You just said there's no son of mine. Don't you fucking just turn this around and try and go for brownie points and be like, oh, my son. Beep. I'll put up another food. Beep. Oh, my son. Fuck off. Dad of the year would not go into you. Even when he was trying, he was failing. He did it all for me. Then you should have tried. Ooh, that's a... Ooh, I hate that. You should have tried harder. Ooh, I hate that line. I tried to earn my trust by using my Eustace too. I cannot deny it. However, he treated Eustace better than you ever did. I never thought of him as a mere pawn. He may not be naturally gifted prosecutor, but he tries. In some ways, he tries harder than anybody. That's why I've witnessed during my time with him. He does try. But you would call him useless? How could you? I'll tell you trust during the auction. I'll be curious to solve in this case at last. I have the piece of evidence. Which piece of evidence will help us reveal the burn mark on the culprit's face? Got it. It's the wig. It's the wig. There were two wigs. recall Nurse Needler's testimony, if you will. There was one thing that we never quite resolved. The second wig, the one that wasn't used. I knew it had to be on the face, and the only thing that's on his face that you can see, the only thing on his face that makes sense, unless he has a fake beard or a fake wig, right? Because I could do something like skin grafts, because that's too insane for this game. So it's got to be that. What are you two talking about? Nurse Needler apparently found some very interesting items which she wanted to swap places with the victim. And what do they have to do with the burn mark? What she found were two wigs. One was intended to make her look more like the victim. But what was the other one for? I suppose it was meant to be a spare. It doesn't take a huge leap of imagination to see the truth. Compare Chairman Winner's current appearance to that of the ringleader as it was described to us. One very prominent difference presents itself. Its face, or rather, what's around it. Indeed, not a wig intended to go on top of the head in any case. It's a beard. Yep. Sounds a little bit wrong.
Objection!
Saw your son reacted when he realized the truth. Now he desperately tried to cover for you, even in light of this realization. And you still feared that he might expose you. Rather than take the risk, you bullied him until he couldn't take it anymore. But he knew that your beard hides a prominent burn mark. So you move your beard this instant. Oh. There it is, the burn mark. Mr. Edgeworth, for bringing evil to justice before the eyes of the goddess. You have my thanks. No problem. You want to get some coffee after this or something? Now that you're okay? And not a complete asshole? We can do that. You know, go on a date or something, that's fine. Is he gonna object? Wait, did we win? I can't thank you enough. You never gave up on me even when I gave up on myself. That's very kind of you. Oh fuck, we won! Music kicked in. Post-rats. I was actually only streaming for what, like 30 minutes and I beat it? I've done this last night and gotten like even less sleep. As a prosecutor. No, as a friend. As a friend. He was a good friend. It was the least I could do. Mr. Edgeworth rejoiced. I've learned that the Chairman Winner has been safely delivered to the detention center. The search for the missing auction hammer continues. However, we are talking about Chairman Winner here, so it's highly likely it has already been destroyed. In addition, there is one other matter I must inform you of. The chairman made a rather strange statement. According to him, the litters were not part of his plan. What? How could that be? He claims that he and Miss Needler found this letter on Miss Winger's person, and that they found a second letter on Cade's unconscious body. From the contents, the letters seemed to be ones of correspondence. So he leapt to the conclusion that they must have been working with each other. I mean, he's not wrong, probably. As he read the letter, that's when he came up with the idea to frame Miss Faraday for Miss Ringer's murder. So he decided to place it. How would he have framed it if Kay was not there that day? Because this only happened because she was there, and he didn't know about that. Was he gonna put the blame on Miss Needler? One of the duties. What do you know about Sharon when killing Miss Mayor? There's more to this? Miss William once had a lover, a press photographer. He was investigating the underground auctions as a freelance journalist. Before he could uncover the truth behind the auctions, he was disappeared. Or does he disappeared or he was disappeared? Because that makes no sense. All Miss Ringer was left with were the memories and personal effects of her lover. And so, seeking revenge on Chairman Winner, she made her appearance at the auction. Unfortunately for her, her opponent struck first. I see, so that's the story behind this case. While the goddess does not condone acts of wanton vengeance, Miss Ringer's actions have exposed Chairman Winner's crimes at last. Was that your real goal from all the way from the beginning? You were tasked with exposing Associate Winner and the corruption at the heart of the committee. Does anyone know what happened to Mr. Winner? I'm afraid I haven't been able to get in touch with him. Do you have any idea why? Probably because I wasn't there for him just now when he needed me most. Oh, I really feel bad for him. But don't pity him too much, at least he knows the truth now. No matter how hard it might be, he'll need to learn to accept it. If he can't, he'll never be able to move on with his life. We'll see him again. Trust me. My father's influence isn't easily erased, yeah. But in time, he can hopefully try and change his ways. You're right. You've gotta be. Can I change too, I wonder? Can I move on with my life? I'm so sorry, Kay. You are my patient. My responsibility to you, and instead I let them accuse you of... Ooh. Danged right, we ain't just in the business of fixing bodies, Missy. The mind's where it all begins. You're right, Grandma. Speaking of which, how's your memory? It's like, with a little more time, maybe I'll be able to remember some more. Please forgive me, but I have better be on my way. Oh, is she gonna get killed? I am to preside over the trial if you feel the guard in a bit. Oh, the warden. The Bronco Knight case, huh? Who's the defense attorney? It was supposed to be Miss Ringer, but as she is no longer with us, we are still in the process of finding her replacement. Miss Ringer was scheduled to represent Warden Lagarde. And of course, until we find Eustace, there is nobody to act for the prosecution either. In any case, I must take my leave. Wait, please. What about Mr. Edward's badge? What's going to happen to it now? We still have yet to do things with Longzee. We still have yet to do things with, the thing about the warden and Miss Ringer being Warden's defense attorney is way too suspicious, in my opinion. Not super suspicious, but too coincidental. So that's going on, and the Longzee thing's going on. And the thing about the guy mentioning his son from Zengfa, the chef guy, who I think is actually Longzee. I think those will all tie into the next case. That's my guess. With its chairman under arrest, the committee is... Because every last case always like ties in like a shit ton of stuff. And this ties in a lot of stuff, but that's going to tie in a lot. The committee's activities have been suspended for the time being, so to answer your question, it's complicated. It's all up to the goddess now. But don't worry about it, Kay. It's a consequence of my own making. And I assume you do not mean to change your mind? Of course not. I chose the path of the truth, and I choose it willingly. With Chairman Winner out of the picture, justice is in the hands of the righteous once more. If you did wish to follow the path of the prosecutor again, Mr. Edgeworth, I'd be more than happy to facilitate such a decision. It's very kind of you to offer, but I can't accept your help at this time. I can't ask for my badge back, but I'm not even sure if I want it anymore. I see. It seems we are destined to continue on different paths then. I trust you to keep my badge safe until they converge again with all I have. Aww. And Francisca's all mad, being me, you'll come back to me. In the meantime, I have here a token of the goddess's mercy. You may return this notebook to its rightful owner. Okay, it's Barbara's notebook. It seems it was due to be sold in the auction. With the name K written on its cover, Chairman Winner made a connection immediately and knew who it belonged to. It was the same name of the one in the letters, after all. So was he insisted he didn't prepare them? He also had something else to say. Apparently, he thought that Miss Faraday was after her notebook and that Miss Ringer was after his life, and that their respective goals were what led them to cooperate and infiltrate the auction together. Fortunately for him, he misread the situation completely. It was all just happenstance. If he had known a defense attorney who was also a member of the committee, there's no way she would have told me. It just isn't like her. Your belief in her is touching. While the notebook did become part of the chairman Winner's cover-up scheme, it's also a treasured possession of Miss Faraday's, which is why I would like for her to have it back, as I am sure with the goddess. Thank you. I pray that it helps her recover her lost memories. She just takes it and it's like, oh, I remember everything. Is everything all right? Mm-hmm. Isn't that always great people with a smile, even people you don't know? Never cry in front of strangers. Aw, Daddy, I wrote them all down, Daddy. Yeah, I'm gonna keep all my promises and be a real hero when I grow up, just like you. Oh wait, I forgot to write one down. The most important promise of all. Promise number 5. Always try your hardest to learn about things you don't understand. I remembered it just how you said it, and now I'll never forget it. Always try your hardest to learn about things you don't understand. That's right, I have to try. Girl, be careful! I'm Kay Faraday, the great thief who would do anything to get her hands on the truth. The second gotta go out soon. There we go. Assistant to Mr. Edgeworth. Is that really you? Can't say I'm not a little bit embarrassed. A little bit? Girl, you should be very embarrassed. You were like some fucking... Like, oh, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm so sorry. Don't do it for me. I can't do anything. We're not gonna let you live that down. We're gonna tease you about that until you were dead. All right. Yeah, I'm back. And I couldn't have done it without you, Mr. Edgeworth. You never stopped helping me, even when I was totally lost and couldn't remember anything. Thank goodness, you certainly seem to be back. Hey, so this is a real you, huh? Welcome back. It's so good to know you're better. I can sleep easy now. Now that you found it, don't you dare go losing that memory of yours again. You hear? The next case is this K getting fucking, like, knocked out again. Miss Newton, Dr. Hertz, thanks a lot for looking after me. And if you really are better, how about you get out of them dang hospital duds? Oh. This wasn't really hurt otherwise. Prevention is better than cure. A stitch in time saves 9. Those are a few of my mottos. So you put bandages all over her? Just so you can, okay, whatever. Both of which sound painfully annoying practices for your patients. That smile suits you better too, as it always did. Thank you too, Miss Von Karma. I'm so glad you showed up when you did. I simply came when Scruffy asked me to. Oh, they're being a tsundere. I'm sure he'll be very happy to see you when you're back to your old self too. Speaking of Gummy, where is he? Who knows? Absolutely well if his devotion ran dry when a certain someone threw away his badge. Oh, that's right. Anyway, I have to be going. I'll be taking those 2 with me. Wait, what's going to happen to them? They need to go to go to prison for a little time, or at least be detained, because they did do some heinous shit. And is accomplice in a murder and forging an autopsy report 18 years ago. The crimes can't be allowed to go unpunished. But the fact that Excelsior's winner coerced them into cooperating will, of course, be taken into account. Don't you worry about us, Kay. Stop hitting your grandma. As long as Grandma and me are together, we'll be alright. Take care, Kay Faraday. Until we meet again. So, Kay, I know you only just got your memory back, but I need to ask you some questions. Sure, ask away. What happened the day you lost your memory? What were you doing? Let's see, somebody asked to meet them at Gold Lake. I didn't know who it was. So there I was just looking up at the moon when someone in the red raincoat started walking towards me. They must have drugged me somehow because that's when I fell unconscious. What? Kay was at Gold Lake looking up at the moon? Anyway, when I came to, I was on the roof of the building. I was in a daze and stumbling up there when I saw the person in the red raincoat again, but they were lying on the ground. I was so surprised I stumbled backward. Then I was falling and everything went dark. I came into the second time, I couldn't remember anything. The person in the red raincoat, who in the world were they? What the fuck? I'm sure they were walking in midair. Thinking about it is making my head hurt. Just breathe, Kay. You only just got your memory back, you're still confused. I imagine the root of your confusion is... Imagine things are mixed up in your mind because you were at Gold Lake 1 minute and then at the top of the big building the next. And because you saw the moon in both locations, your mind blended your memories of the two together. I would not have guessed that at all. That she was in a different location. But those are two different places. I know it was pretty out of it, but I don't think I could have gotten them confused that easily. I believe these things on the roof may have made you more likely to become confused.
Take that!
There are two key similarities between the scene down the Gold Lake and the top of the big building. Cherry blossoms and food stands. Wait, you're right. Those similarities are what caused your memories of both places to overlap. The person in the red raincoat wasn't walking in midair. They were walking toward you from across the park. Oh, hi, Solix. Welcome on in. That's a cute emote. Is that Kizui's emote? I think that is. But in your blurry moments, the same sight played out over the viewing platform instead. No way. Who steals a great thief's memories? It is? Okay. Sometimes, like, with emotes, they're like they have smaller, and sometimes it's hard for me to tell, like, if it's, like, one person's emote or, like, another one's. But, yeah, it's still pretty cute, though. Hope you're having a good day or a good night, depending on where you are. I'm assuming it's probably a good night. Who steals a great thief's memories, huh? That's just cheating. Even still, this doesn't answer the question of who attacked Kay in the park. Was the person in the red raincoat she saw? Do you hear that? It sounds like it's coming from up in the storeroom. Come on, let's take a look. Howee, I smell another scoop in the coffin. You're still here? Hope your day night is going well as well. It's going fun. I've been having a good time. I had like 2 separate naps, so I'm a little bit hazy from that. What else? I got home from my work. Had some honkai. Had a meeting. Let's see. Had like a kind of like a work meeting, and then been doing this basically. And honestly, this is gonna end up being probably a short stream anyhow. It's coming from this little gadget here, Mr. Edgeworth. This transceiver. Isn't that the transceiver that Shelly the Killer used? I've seen it somewhere before. Wait, but Shelly the Killer destroyed his receiver, didn't he? But I'm not good with technology. Come on, you have to pick it up. Fine, I'll do it. Hey, this is Edgeworth. Okay, if you could refrain from answering strange calls for me. Mr. Edgeworth, I presume. Shelly the Killer. What the fuck? That makes no sense. I thought that... Huh. Congratulations on the case solved. Yeah, I cannot truly say it's been fully resolved, can you? I'm sure you've noticed by now that there was a mastermind at work orchestrating the entire incident. How do you even know about this case? That's not what's important right now. Let's focus on a certain individual for the time being, shall we? I have indeed been wondering myself if somebody else could have been involved. If not, how are we to explain this piece of evidence that proved so damning to get Kay's case? No way, an evil mastermind, but who? Who indeed? Perhaps you can share your thoughts. What is the evidence in question that points to someone else's involvement? What is the piece of evidence that points to
Take that!
recording device? This one here proves that someone else was behind all this. One clear suspicious piece of evidence. What was it? Mr. Edgeworth? Huh. It wasn't the hood. It wasn't the box. It wasn't the candelabra. It wasn't the masks, right? It wasn't the corsage.
Take that!
I'll say the student ID because how can Kay go into the thing if that wasn't hers? Well, John did in the auction. Onward maze, but this time with the hammer. What's the kind of question that points to? What could it be? It's not the red raincoat, right?
Take that!
The only thing I can think of would be the coffin, but hold on. I was reminded there's a mastermind at work orchestrating the entire incident. How do you know about this case? It's important. Let's focus on this certain individual. I have indeed been worried on myself what could have been involved, or else how can I explain this piece of evidence that's proved so damning to Kay's case? Or proved so damning? The corsage? Is it the corsage or the jamming ninja thing?
Take that!
Is it the jamming ninja? What? What? What proved so damning to her case?
Take that!
Am I gonna have to fucking brute force this? What the heck?
Take that!
The blood?
Take that!
What? When clearly suspicious? The Yatagarasu pin that she always wears? The pin did that, did this. It's not the pamphlet. It's not her recollections. It's not the key card. Right? It's not the candelabra. It's not the autopsy report. It's not the key record. No, what is... It's a points to, what is evidence in question that points to someone else's involvement?
Take that!
What the heck? Man, I am just losing it here. It's not the lot of hurt thing. The masks.
Take that!
It's not the masks.
Take that!
The blood. The blood. The hood.
Take that!
size 7 case.
Take that!
Am I literally pressing every single thing? Holy shit, this is one of the worst detective work I've ever done in my life. I've done that, I've done that, I've done that.
Take that!
I have this and I have the key card.
Take that!
What have I not pressed? I did the key card record, I did the victim's letter.
Take that!
Did I do the victim's letter already? Wait, hold up.
Take that!
Oh my god. Ah, ha, ha. The letter key was supposedly go to the victim. I'm writing that. So who did? Who would prepare such a thing? That's right, because she didn't write that. Because, yeah, I know I'm not the only one who could write the note. How do we know it wasn't you? Now, why would I do a thing like that, I believe the truth can only come to light in a court of law. But since you've already had your badge revoked, it's no longer an option. How will it all end? I, for one, will be watching from the sidelines with interest. One thing, I hope you don't betray my trust in you. Now I bid you farewell. It seems you've only scratched the surface of the case. But even with my knowledge, I'm going to carry on doing what I can. However this ends, one thing's for certain. Come what may, I will expose the truth. Yippee! I said I wasn't gonna start the new case. But I really did not think this was gonna be only like an hour. So we will start the beginning of the next case, the last case. We'll play to like 8. What the fuck? What the fuck? Low battery. Oh shit. There we go. Charging. Hey, that looks just like the thing that was the stuffed doll. Huh. So what's next for the great Miles Edgeworth, huh? Literally when we leave, we're starting up? Oh boy. Wait, you are serious about not being a prosecutor no more, ain't you? Yes, I am. And yeah, I can't stop thinking about what Mr. Dickler said. Me either. Congratulations on another case solved. Yeah, I can't truly say it's been fully resolved. Can you? This isn't over. We still don't know who the mysterious figure in the red raincoat at Gold Lake was. But who really wrote that letter? We've been dancing to someone else's tune this whole time, but whose? Still can't let it go, huh? You're like a dog with a danged bone. Both of y'all are. Well, I got me some reportering to do, so I'll catch y'all some other time, I guess. Wow, you have a new story to chase already? You trying to patronize me, girlie? You bet I got a new stories, more than you can shake a stick at. A good reporter always has 3 or 4 leads bubbling away in the old scoop pot. Somebody please help. Hey, she's from the Steel Samurai case, which I mentioned last time we played. What's her name? I think I want to say like Penny something. Also looks like a monster might have. Well, I'll be. Anybody else smell the sweet, sweet smell of a Scoopy soup? This way, hurry. Damn, Lotta, what's that one? I'm like trying to get like Tom Cruise. What indeed? I suppose there's only one way to find out. Huh? These look like footprints. Mr. Edgeworth, look. What? What? Xilong Lang? Oh, Xilong, I just said Lang Z. It's Long Lang. Wait, the guy on the floor, that's... the president of Zhang Fa? What? Agent Lang, Mr. Prosecutor, how did you get here so quick? What is going on here? Huh? You don't think you don't think that's exactly what I'm trying to figure out myself? You can't blame him for being on the edge, I suppose. The leader of his country is dead. Speaking of which, the body is lying inside one of the footprints. What on earth happened to him? Wait a sec. Look again. The horn. The horn is on a side. There's like do I still have evidence? I don't. But the thingy I had, the stuffed animal also had one horn. Monster. Monster? What the heck else you want from me to say, huh? That right there is monster prints, mister. A big old bad old Taurosaurus done stomped right through here. I ain't ever been sure of nothing. It's harder to read for her. What? I suppose you mean are sure? Yeah. This right here is the scoop to scoop up all the other scoops and bury them 10 feet deep. Men trampled by giant monster. They'll lead that with every paper from here to Honolulu. Ridiculous. There's no such thing as monsters. Wait a second. There's no such thing as monsters, but there is such thing as spirits. Okay. The honor is all mine, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm Ji-Jun Wang. Your efforts on behalf of Zhang Fa have not gone unnoticed. You averted something of a crisis. You're the assassin we've been looking for? In a sense, yes. A certain someone did indeed hire me to carry out a contract. That contract did indeed specify that I was to assassinate President Wong. So if it was not Shelly the killer, who hired him to get killed? Did he finally manage to? You discover the body? Yes, that is, What are you doing, Agent Lang? Thang Z says, begin at the beginning, with the first person to arrive at the scene. Well, did you really just discover the body? Yes, yes. Hey, go easy on her. Can't you see she's scared? Nobody's getting it easy today. Do you have any idea who that is lying dead over there? That's President Wang, the leader of Zhang Fa. Please, Agent Lang. You don't seem your usual self in more ways than one, in fact. When we first met, you had more underlings than I could count, and you were known for your unrivaled arrest rate and your cool head under pressure. Now the underlings are gone, and you've forgotten the fundamentals of police work. What happened? What did you just say? Shouldn't you be looking over the scene instead of accusing the first person you run into? Or is it me who's forgotten the fundamentals? This is also our turf. I don't need you to tell me how to do my job. I was just about to get started. You should take a look around too, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, I think we should. At least until the police arrive. I'm not strictly supposed to conduct investigations anymore. That's true. I'm no longer an attorney. Don't nobody need to do no looking around. I done told you who did this. It was Sorceress, and my name ain't Lotta Heart. Wait. Not who did this, what did it? Yeah, that. Are you quite finished? We have an investigation to be getting on with. Step aside, please. You can't order me around no more, mister. You step out of my damned way is more like it. Don't mess with here, scoop of mine, and there'll be heck to play and then some. We were just getting along, Lotta Heart. Come on. You're Mr. Edgeworth, right? Do you remember me? Oh, yes, of course. We met on, that case. No way, you two know each other? Yes, as a matter of fact, we do. From somewhere. Great to meet you. I'm Kay Faraday, Mr. Edgeworth's assistant. Wow, I never knew you had your own adorable little sister. Yep, Penny Nichols. I got it right. Her name was Penny. I work over at Global Studios. I'm in charge of props. It's nice to meet you. Of course. One of my old cases involved a murder on the set of a Steel Samurai movie. She was a member of the crew and provided some key evidence. They do a lot of callbacks to the first game specifically in this game. Not even that much the third game. Not much at all actually from the third game, but mostly from the first and I think the second. And yet I've completely forgotten her. It's good to see you again. So if you're here, I guess that means... That's right, we're here on location filming for Global Studios. That's kind of a big feature, to tell you the truth. I was first in today, wanted to make an early start, but then I noticed something was wrong. The footprints and the body. We'll take a closer look at the body in just a moment. In the meantime, can I ask you to notify the police? Yes, of course, right away. I need to speak to her at length a little later. But first, let's go over the scene. There's plenty to look at besides the body. I need to examine everything in detail. Do. This thing in front of the trailer there. It looks like a monster costume. What? That's a costume? You sure the creature that made these huge footprints didn't just shrink or something? Perhaps I didn't make myself clear. This thing in front of the trailer here, it looks like a monster costume. A costume. This looks like equipment used by the lighting department. Oh wait, I just remembered there was something I wanted to ask you. Maybe light me up when I'm doing my next robbery? Help me look super cool? Want me to shine a light on you when you're committing a crime? You bet I do. What's so weird about that? Wouldn't that make you more... Okay. What's the point of me doing my great thieving in the dark? That's how... Okay. The folks in the cheap seats won't be able to see a thing. You imagine you'd be committing this robbery in front of an audience? That makes you sound more like a magician. And trust me, we have enough magicians in this franchise. Between Maximilian Dude, or whatever, Maximilian Galactus, whatever his name was, and the Super Grammar. What is it now? Can't you all see I'm busy? Go needs room to work, you know. Why are you so obsessed with the idea that this was a monster attack? Monsters don't exist. Surely even you know that. Yes, but we do know that the supernatural exists, Edgeworth. So, come on. What did you don't know what the heck you're talking about. Sorceress is real, dang it. I know that for a fact. For a fact? And how is that possible exactly? Because I done seen him. What? You saw Sorceress? Where? How? Heck yeah, I seen him. That big Red Bull himself, right there in front of me. I was up on the 51 over at the big building just yesterday, right? Gathering materials for your story on the underground auction. Yes, remember. You said there was a big noise. Ain't you just Mr. Memory Man? That's right, I've done seen him right when I took that photo. That's right, because you mentioned there was a big noise and then you passed out. Blind right there next to the little Miss Redcoat. I guess who was on the other side of that at this very moment? That's right, Prosecutor. There's nothing there. Well, I can't rightly capture every dang thing. I was just a little too far away, that's all. But I've seen it all right. Boy, I did it. Boy, did I. Prosecutor's big old eyes staring right at me, peeking right in that window. Anyhow, or as I say, anywho, I don't got time to be shooting the breeze with y'all. I got snaps to snap, reporters to report. Quit bugging me, Yulia. Go on, get. You don't believe a word she said, did you, Mr. Edgeworth? Nope. Was that from Steven Universe? You want to go see how to talk to the roses? Nope. These are those plastic sheets you can put down when you have a picnic. The plastic sheets, that much is true. Those are waterproof sheets. We use them to protect the camera when it's up on the crane. If it starts raining while we're shooting, we can just cover up and keep going. So it must be pretty big, right? Oh yeah, they have to be able to cover the whole rig. Wouldn't be much a point using them otherwise. The weather was pretty patchy yesterday, so we wound up using them quite a bit. Miss Nokos, where does this exit lead? That, or onto the grounds of the big building. Yet another case with direct ties to that same building. Look at this chain and padlock. Someone cut the chain. They did? I'm sure it was still intact when I left yesterday. I say it's possible that this is where the killer entered from. Okay. Look at the huge dent. How did that get there? Oh shit. You're right, it's a big dent. It would have been taking a sizable object to make it, and a heavy one too. That wasn't like that yesterday either. The dent must have been made at last night at some point. That's fine. You're working here alone? What do I have to present? I have only the pin to present. That's right, I came before everyone else so I could get everything ready. But as soon as I walked through the gate, I saw the footprints. Monster prints first thing in the morning, that must have been a real shock. It was. They weren't there when I left yesterday evening, I'm sure of it. So the footprints must have appeared late last night. At first glance, I thought maybe they were part of a set, but then I got closer and I saw that somebody was lying in the middle of one of them. You didn't notice until you were right up close? Yeah, my eyesight just seems to be getting worse and worse lately. I think I need new glasses. I didn't notice it was a body until I was right by it, which is why I got so shocked and ran away. Must have been when you bumped into her. So you're shooting a movie? It wouldn't have happened to be a Steel Samurai movie, would it? Nope. Yeah, he sounds so upset. This one's a creature feature. You know the Torosaurus movies, right? I'm afraid not. You'll have to forgive Mr. Edgeworth, he only cares about the Steel Samurai. But that's not... Hey, that's alright, not everyone's a fan, but they soon will be. He's back after 12 years of silence, the big bad bull himself, Torosaurus. It's like the Godzilla XP. It's the first Torosaurus movie in a long time, so the crew is super excited about it. And parts of it are set here at the big building, so we've been shooting on location. That explains what we saw yesterday. What's happening here? What's going on with the building? Just stay calm and talk to me, kid. Cut. I'm so sorry. We're shooting a movie. Could you, That must be what they were filming. So does Torosaurus smash the big building to pieces in the movie? I bet he does, right? Wouldn't you like to know? Wouldn't you like to know, weatherman? But you just have to wait to find out in the theater. Here, you can have this if you like. Oh, thank you. Epic rivalry is born. Torosaurus versus Gordy. Gordy? Like Gord Lake? That's right, it's not just Torsaurus on his own this time around. He has an arch nemesis. You know, Gordy, right? The monster from Gourd Lake? Oh yeah, wasn't everybody talking about that a couple years back? How many years has passed? A mysterious creature in the lake. It showed up in the couple's photo. A couple. Wait, hold on. She was like 17 or 18. Is this like 2 years, 3 years after the first game? The mysterious creature in the lake. It showed up in that one couple's photo. Not only were people talking about it, it played a major part in one of my cases. As in my own case. Not a name I'm too wild about hearing again. The director's fascinated by the story, which is how Gordy wound up in the movie. Well, actually, Gordy is a result of Larry Butts. So shouldn't Larry be getting some royalties for that or something? I don't know, credit? A little behind the times, but better late than never, I suppose. Just wait till you see these two legends tearing into each other on the big screen. Okay. I think we need to learn a little more about the security situation here on set. Miss Nichols, is the set kept locked overnight? Yeah, we use one of these. A combination lock, huh? So anybody who knows the code can get in and out. And was the lock in place when you arrived this morning? Yep, everything was locked up tight when I got here. Who knows the combination? Oh, the producer, the director, the crew, the actors, basically everybody who's working on the movie. Any number of cast or crew could have opened the lock and entered. Interesting. Presents. There's nothing to get upset about. Okay. Okay. Torsaurus is the kind of symbol of nature. That's why he destroys the city. He can attack with his horns, but that's not the only trick up his sleeve. He can bellow out shockwaves, drown people in drool, squirt them with milk. What? He can suffocate them with barbecue smoke, make cute little items out of leather. Those don't sound these don't sound like super tough attacks, but they'll sure look good. It's our job to make sure of that. And I hope you succeed for the sake of your entire industry. Okay, I got as much as I can out of you. So let's go talk to Mr. Lang. So, Prosecutor, we meet again. Got the sad cowboy music now? You saw you at the detention center the other day, too. You had some business to take care of, I take it, Agent Lang. You can say that. Nothing that need concern you, though. Yeah, you really have a habit of showing up in the wrong place at the wrong time. You're a bad penny, a bad omen, and a bad smell all rolled into one. Just stay out of my way, okay? I've got a present to avenge. Why are you here? You were already at the scene when we got here. Why? What were you doing in the area? What am I, a suspect? You might be. Look, I heard a scream when I came running, okay? Guess it was our friend from the crew. I came in from the gate over there. Somebody already got rid of the lock for me. When I got here, I saw a movie girl running out of the other gate. You arrived right around the same time we did, so you had business here at Big Building. Something like that, a date with destiny, let's call it. Let me guess, you're a huge Creature Feature fan, so you came to see them filming the Torsaurus movie? Creature Features? What do you think I am? No, he seems like the type of guy who likes martial arts films. I'm sorry about President. You have my deepest condolences. Thanks, he was a great man. No, he's not. Anyone who tries to fake an assassination attempt on themselves is probably not a good guy. Staying far will be lost without him. You and he were close, correct? It all started when he hired my father. Oh, okay, maybe that was that guy. Maybe that was our big break. Our family kept him safe. That was our most important duty and our most sacred. He gave my father medal after medal. They had to come up with new ones just for him. In the end, there were no medals left to give, so he made us the keepers of his last will and testament. Those medals, that duty, they're our greatest pride, our family jewels. Never thought we'd be unsealing that will so soon. It sounds like your family and the president were so super close. But wait, when that whole thing happened back at the lake, you weren't with the president then, right? Look, a lot happened, okay? This was all 12 years ago or more. My father and the president being friends, our family being the ones who kept him safe. He just changed one day. It was like he became a different person. Now he doesn't trust the police one bit. Huh. Good luck getting revenge for what happened 12 years ago. Wait a second. Hold on. They said Rosie Ringer. Is she still in the profile? No, she's not. They said Rosie Ringer was investigating a thing about her husband being killed or disappeared by, what's his name? The Chairman Winner. And it was investigating a smuggling thing that was going on 12 years ago. The smuggling ring was still around in the first game from way back then, even when we were kids. I wonder. But regardless of what happened, I still respected him. I wonder if something happened with the president and the smuggling ring. Sungfar may not be a big country, but he held that place together. Damn it, what was the security detail thinking? I imagine you've already contacted the embassy. Of course I have, and the government, and my family. They'll be going crazy right now thinking about what needs to happen with that well. And things will be getting crazy here soon too. Those bodyguards will be all over the place. If you're not a fan of trouble, I'll leave before they get here. Look, Mr. Prosecutor, these days I'm one-man outfit, a lone wolf. They won't be letting me lead this investigation, but I've still got fangs, and I can still bite back. I'll find whoever did this, and I won't let you or anybody else get in my way. Remember this? That's the pin your assistant always wears, right? Yep, it represents nature's toughest and fiercest creature, the Yatagarasu. Pretty cool, right? Toughest and fiercest, isn't it just a bird? Sorry, but I'm not about to let that pass. Long Z says, birds are lame. The wolf outstrips the raven in every aspect. Yeah, like I said, that little black bird of yours wouldn't survive even a single swipe of a wolf's claws. Those are big words, Mr. House-a-Lot. But do you know that us thieves say the raven is pretty darned amazing? I could peck you to bits and fly off before your stupid claw swipe ever got so close. You think a wolf can't jump? I'd snap you out of the sky before you can fly away like a coward. I just flap my wings super hard and blast you across the room. I haven't had to do an argument like this since elementary school. My animal can beat up your animal. Okay, so he isn't like that. Do you like the building? Do you like Torosaurus? You want to talk about Torosaurus with everything else that's going on? I'm certainly not saying that the creature could be a culprit, but he's not unrelated to the case. If there's anything you could tell us, I'd be very much obliged. President Wang had a Torosaurus toy from way back when. I saw it a couple of times over the years, that's why I recognized it. The stuffed toy. Ah, there we go. We saw it on the presidential plane too. If even the leaders of the other countries love the Torosaurus, he must be famous everywhere. Dogs go bow bow in other languages, right? And cats go meow, and roosters go kokoriko. Kokoriko. What noise would a Torosaurus from another country make? Yeah, we don't. What's the noise of the? What country are we in? Anyway, it's corpse time. Yay! Looking at a corpse time. It certainly appears to be the same man we've met only a few days ago. So this time the president really did get assassinated. If that's what happened, the assassin certainly chose an attention-grabbing method. I'm gonna scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. First off, what's this white thing here? Wait, it's a bone. Does that mean 2 murders? Looks like a horn than a bone to me. Don't we have a piece of evidence that might tell us whose horn that might be?
Eureka!
This could be one of the Torsaurus's horns, couldn't it? You're right, it totally could. Maybe it's part of a prop in the movie. If it is, it must be from something pretty big, judging from the size. What's it doing on the ground here? We should ask one of the crew. Maybe they'll know. Okay. No obvious wounds, but he's definitely not breathing. It really was a monster. Trampled by a giant creature? Impossible. There's something stuck to the front of his clothes there. Speckles of a yellow substance. I bet it's monster jewel. Yeah, that must be it. Please, Kay, can you at least try to be sensible? We need forensics to tell us what it might be. Okay, I think I got everything. And then just the body is surrounded concrete. Okay. I know a hoof when I see one. There's only one thing that can be a footprint of an enormous, terrifying beast. Not just one, there are 3. Huh. You know monsters aren't real. Our job was to pursue the truth, Kay. Not to believe in what feels most fun in the moment. And don't you fucking tell me what about the truth, because you saw what I had to deal with to get the truth about what happened to your case, Kay. I think we're good though. I think we got literally everything we can get here. Yeah. All right. Mine time. What? My some things I shouldn't say on stream. Okay. The broken horn. This horn, do you recognize it? Well, that's part of one of the Torsaurus' horns. This is from the model we use for promotional stuff. Where did you find it? On the ground near the side entrance. That's weird. We keep a replica of Torsaurus' head up on the roof of the trailer there. And it's quite large, I assume. Oh yeah, well, not as big as the real thing, obviously, but it's still pretty big. It's just up there. See it? Oh, right there. That really is big. Okay. There's a bunch of really cool stuff around here, huh? I guess there is. It's all for making the movie. The costumes, the equipment, everything. There's a plenty. I'm in heaven right here. Some of this equipment could be related to the murder, too. I better look it all over carefully. Da, 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 da. What's this big metal stick thing? Is it for climbing trees or something? It's a camera crane. It's used for filming and from an elevated viewpoint. There's no camera currently attached, but will be positioned at the top there. Sounds perfect for casing a place before burglary. Mind if I go ask somebody about borrowing it? How do you propose to transport it if the answer is yes? Easy. You take the bottom part, I'll take the top. So I'm hoping now. And if we go one little step at a time, we'll be back at your place before we know it. And we're walking it back to my house. This makes me want to make like crime scene in VR to like have people solve. I wonder if I can do that. It's usually simple, so that's what it's supposed to be as well. Huh. Okay, well, this is... They're tossing a lot at me. Side gate chain cut. Combination lock. This has got to be something. The fact that they had to cut through due to the side gate means that it was intact when Miss Knuckles arrived. But the lock on the gate leading out to the side of the big building had been cut, which means it must be no one on the crew. What does this tell us? Easy. The killer used the side gate. Precisely. And tells us something else important too. Namely that a culprit didn't know the number for the combination lock. It would have been way easier to come in that way if they did. Because if there's so many people who know the combination lock on the crew, if you came in as part of the crew and killed this guy and left, they could still just be like, you know, they could just... It's not easy to guess that you're the killer, right? But if you don't know the combination lock, then you're forced to use the side way, then yeah. But instead they chose the classic thieves route, the lesser known side entrance. This is no run-of-the-mill criminal, Mr. Edgeworth. We need to keep our wits about us. Anyway, we know that everybody working on the movie knew the combination, which makes it likely that a culprit wasn't a member of the cast or crew. Okay, alrighty. So if we know that, which he stomped on 3 purpose, dented fence, and 3 footprints, or did we get the fence in? Nope. Dented fence and then broken horn. My process of elimination. Both the dent in the fence and the broken horn weren't there yesterday according to our eyewitness. Which leads me to wonder, wait, you think the giant Tyrannosaurus head could have... I do. I think it could have rolled off the trailer roof and landed in the lot below. It seems more than possible, and it also means... There we go. There's no sign of a murder weapon anywhere. Oh yeah, there isn't. Now this is still only a possibility, but if the Tyrannosaurus head had somehow fell from the roof up there, that would have killed somebody for sure. Miss Nichols, would you mind if we took a look at the roof, up at the roof of the trailer? You want to go up there? Sure, I don't see why not. Knock yourselves out. Oh, but don't do that literally. The steps can be kind of slippy. Alright, I'm done here. I found out what I need to know for now. Oh boy. Hmm? Is that the kid from also from the Steel Samurai case? The Steel Samurai fan? No, it is not. Move, old man. What did you say to me? You need to learn some manners, kid. No, you need to learn when you're in the way. Quit whining and get out of here. What the? I'm so sorry about him. Sean, apologize to the nice man. Come on, Sean, you know you can't speak to people like that. Whatever, who the heck was he? A policeman, that's who. Why would you antagonize him like that? Thought there was going to be trouble for a second there. Look at this Sasuke wannabe. Oh, let me introduce you all. Everybody, this is Sean Fenn. Oh my god. God damn it. Sean Penn. He's the star of the movie we're making. The star? This little boy? Hi there, I'm Kay Faraday. It's great to meet you. Sean, this is Miles Edgeworth. He's a prosecutor. A prosecutor? That's right, and a pretty famous one at that. He's a prosecutor, wears his badge. Oh boy. Yeah, you might not want to get too close, Sean. Oh, please. Kids can see a dead body in this universe. Anyway, we're going upstairs. Actually, would you mind coming up there with us? Oh, sure, after you. This is the Minotaurus. It's different from before. Here, he's way cooler on the fly. What's with the weird nose ring on this model? Oh, I forgot. You two are Tyrannosaurus fans. This is the original Tyrannosaurus design from 12 years back. So what's the one on the flyer? That's the all-new Tyrannosaurus. They gave him a makeover specifically for the movie. Or especially for the movie. He looks so much more contemporary now, don't you agree? A makeover? He's totally different. This one's... it's just... a cow. Well, he is just a cow. Well, at least he was originally based on a cow. He's a monstrosity. A monstrosity? Yeah. The cow, man's best friend, reimagined as a terrifying monster. It totally makes you think about a whole relationship with nature, right? That was the original concept. Ah, I got like an environmental message. All right. I think the concept might be a little lost on me. Me too, I'm afraid. Okay. First off, it's a wooden table sadly collapsed. Parts of it are badly scorched. That's weird. The head should be on the table. But the legs are broken. I guess the Tyrannosaurus isn't going back on there now. The scorch marks seem pretty particularly bad where the legs are snapped off. I think there might have been a fire up here. Do you think that's what happened to the legs? Yes, and when the fire had burned through the legs, the table would have collapsed and the head would have fallen off. I also happen to have an idea about how the fire may have started. Cans of paint that are by the heater are pretty flammable, not a great place to keep them. You're right, I'm sorry. I'll make sure that somebody moves them. But the stove didn't get used yesterday, not while I was here anyway. It makes the question of what could have started the fire and all the more interesting. If you start the fire and have that happen and you tell someone to wait underneath there for a period of time, you can give yourself an alibi. Look at the ground around them, Mr. Edgeworth. It's all burned. Indeed, as is the blue sheet underneath, and the nearby newspaper, and the outside of the cans. Wait, do you think the Tyrannosaurus head can breathe fire? Nah, this old guy doesn't look like the fire-breathing type. So the fire was started somehow. There's a heater here. Do you think it's to keep the crew warm or something? I would imagine so. It's spring now, but the evenings can be pretty chilly. It really gets in your bones. Ah, come on, Mr. Edgeworth. You can't start talking like an old foggy. You already look like one. And that door's loud again. You have to talk young, and bright, and happy. You may have noticed, Kay, but that's not exactly my style. Okay. The model was made for promotional events, stuff like that, so people would remember the Ultrasaurus and realize that this was a reboot. Yeah, he does look different. People might not get it otherwise. And just as we thought, his horn is broken. The model really is what killed the president? I think it's a distinct possibility, but there's one thing I don't quite understand. What's that? Miss Nichols, the model looks very heavy. How do you move it around? Oh, it comes apart. So if you know the trick, it's not so hard. I guess if you didn't, you might struggle to figure it out. You happen not to be a member of the cast or crew, for example. Once it's in pieces, could one person move it? Oh yeah, even I could. Maybe not very fast, but I could. Okay. Mr. Edgeworth, I know this cow. Funny, I was thinking the same thing. We know from the president's plane, of course. And from the auction. The President Rang's plushie was a soft toy version of the original Tyrannosaurus. Can this really be just a coincidence? I wonder. What if there's also something in this thing that's like a, what's it called, a recorder? Look, I could probably throw the little baby over my shoulder and carry it out of here. You're not thinking of stealing it, are you, Kay? No, I was thinking I could just carry it around with me. Then every time you shout objection, I can light you up with it and make you look super cool. I support this idea. Yeah, I can picture it now. You look amazing. Well, do I get the job? When do I start? Hopefully never. I feel like I have everything. This, the nose ring, together to this. 3 footprints. Okay, I'll talk with the kid. It was Sean, wasn't it? Do you mind if I ask you some questions? Are you really a prosecutor? You just look like an old guy to me. I am. Badge first, then we talk. I don't have my badge right now. How do you expect people to believe you're a prosecutor? Ooh, he's not the friendliest, huh? Want me to try talking to him? Why not? I doubt it could hurt. I'll get part of the movie. So you're an actor, right, Sean? Yeah, so what? That's amazing. You're so cool. But it's not that big a deal. So, those horns of yours. Yeah, what about them? Oh, those? The makeup department made them. The character he plays has a special psychic link to Thesaurus. And the horns allow him to communicate with his giant friend. Isn't that right, Sean? Just shut up, will you? They don't need to know all that stuff. Oh, sorry. Alright. Still, that's kind of amazing, huh? The lead character in a movie? While you're still in elementary school? That's crazy. Oh. Sean's actually 13. He just looks a little younger. What? But look at him. He's so little and cute. And the backpack, I just thought the backpack's part of his costume. He's playing a role, remember? Yeah, I guess he is, huh? But he's kind of small, you have to admit. Oh, we try not to talk about that too much in front of him. Hey, stop telling people stuff they don't need to know. I'm so sorry. The dead guy. That's the president, right? Yeah, you knew him? A little. I met him once. Interesting. He was a real piece of work. You can't say that. It's not nice. What was so bad about him anyway? Huh? Don't want to talk about it? Fine, I guess. Oh, President Wang was working with us on a movie. Working with you? How exactly? He had a part, just a cameo, nothing big. We came to look around the set one time. That would have been when Sean met him. Why put the president in your movie? We heard he was a huge fan of the original Tyrannosaurus. So the studio offered him a little role. They figured it'd be good PR. Last thing I need is an amateurs on my set. I told you before, Sean, you can't talk about people like that. And I told you to shut your mouth. Damn. I guess he's not too thrilled about the idea of performing alongside non-professionals. Oh, here. What's this? Oh, wait, from yesterday? Photograph? Yeah, I just got them printed. You can keep it if you want. Wow, it's such a great picture. And you brought it specially for me? That's so kind, thank you. No, I just happened to have a spare. That's all. He's tsundere too. I hope you don't mind me asking, but can we take a look too? Oh, sure. Here. So it was taken yesterday. No footprints and certainly no body. Alright, I think that just about wraps up our preliminary investigations. He was killed by a fall into Sora's head. At least that seems the most likely explanation for now. It came down right on top of him, huh? Huh? Oh, they took their time, but here they are. Police, bodyguards, the whole gang. Mr. President, it's a little late for that, don't you think? Curses, who did this? Whoever it was made a big mistake. But I promise you this, they'll pay. I'm on their trail already. What? What do you mean? A person may have been murdered, but it doesn't mean that extraterritoriality applies. The local police have jurisdiction. Luckily, I know the right people to talk to. I just got myself seconded to the case. Only one man outfit or not, I'll be working this one. It sounds like you already have an idea of where you'd like to focus your inquiries. More than that, I've already caught scent of my prey. Take a look at this. It's a printout from a security camera on the viewing platform at the top of the big building. Judge gavel? It's pointing at the elevator that leads out onto the roof. I knew it. I knew she'd still be involved in the case. It records everybody who goes up there. And in this particular case, it recorded the president and his murderer clear as day. 11:05 p.m. Wait a second. But she came here, she went into the building at 10. And the case was and the stuff was at 12. She was present during the murder? From last case? What the fuck? What was Judge Gavel doing there? He's saying he suspects her of the murder? Mr. Edgeworth, I entrust my offering of the goddess to you, so that you may use it to call your final judgment onto Excelsius winner. But murder goes against everything she believes in. Agent Lang, perhaps you could explain your thinking on the matter a little further. No. I heard a little rumor while I was over at the big building. Oh, god fucking damn it. He knows. It was about you, Edgeworth. You're not a prosecutor anymore, are you? Which means you don't have jurisdiction here. But you want to cross-examine me while I explain my thinking? Why would I agree to that? Hey, don't be like that. You were the one who was just talking about being a lonely one-man outfit. You know what? Maybe it should be you explaining your thinking to me. How come even though you're not a prosecutor, you're still sticking your nose into this case? No, good point. It's a valid question. Why am I still here? Perhaps I can clarify that with a question of my own, Agent Lang. Why are you so desperate to catch the person who murdered President Rang? Because above all else, you're an investigator, correct? I'm desperate to catch a certain somebody myself. A person who orchestrated a murder at the big building yesterday. A person who put Kay's freedom in jeopardy, who put her in grave danger. That person is out there somewhere right now, looking in the shadows, laughing. And until I cover the truth and make that person pay, it doesn't matter if I'm a prosecutor anymore. I'll keep fighting. Find the truth, and don't give up until you do. That's a rule I live by. Neat. You may have the look of a smart guy, but you are a fool just like the rest of us. That was just what I needed to hear. Fine, you're in. I've lost my minions and you've lost your fancy title. But it seems neither of us is prepared to give up on this investigation. Am I your assistant? Now, seeing as we're both so stubborn, how about we go head to head and thrash out the details? I'd be honored. But be warned, I won't be going easy on you. I have an assassin to catch, and not even you're going to get in the way of that. Of course, I would expect no less. Let me show you the truth I tore from this case with my bare fangs. Alright, so the judge friend of yours met the president up on the roof. And then pushed him, and he landed right there. It all happened, it happened right the night before last. People had been cleared from the viewing platform, so it was just the two of them up there. That pretty much sums it up. No doubt about it, she killed the president. About that. They were completely alone? No bodyguards? None. I checked. His security detail had no idea he even went up there. He must have gone in secret. Maybe it was a conversation they didn't want anybody to hear. But what kind of conversation? How were the two of them even connected? Seems the president spoke to the owner of the building ahead of time. He had him set aside the viewing platform just for the two of them. And it was the president asking. I guess the guy wasn't about to refuse. So the last person to see the president live really could have been... Yep, Gavel. Did you say her name was? Her. I noticed at least one glaring hole in his reasoning. That's where I need to focus my counterattack. Okay. Let's go. Alright, so this judge friend of yours met the president up on the roof, correct? And then she pushed him and landed right there. This happened right before last. I mean, there's a very obvious thing in the fact that it's hard to push someone off that roof. The night before last? How could you be so sure about that? What evidence do I have? Not this. Not this. Nothing this. Not this. Not this. 4/4/11:05 p.m. Oh, I can't even look at the plushie. Oh, because I don't have the plushie. This from the camera up on the viewing platform. Like I said, camera doesn't lie. That's from 2 nights ago. Oh, from 2 nights ago. Huh. No, that makes sense. You have a picture of them and both entering the rooftop area, but nothing from after that point, I assume. There's one camera pointing at the elevator. You came to the viewing platform itself still. This is when the murder happened, I'm sure of it. The president was killed 2 nights ago. His body would have been here in the lot this whole time. I'll save it, I'm not done explaining, not even close. The people had already been cleared from the viewing platform, so it's just the two of them up there. About that. It's highly possible someone else was there. Yeah, what about that cotton candy stand? The owner of the building received a request from the president himself to clear the area. He knew there'd be serious trouble if it messed up, so he went to work as quickly as he could. They cleared everybody out, and I mean everybody, including your stupid cotton candy seller. So this was the day before. This is the night before the night that we saw things happen. It must be, because then there's way too many contradictions. If it had been the president, wouldn't be lying there right now. And that pretty much sums up, no doubt about it, she killed the president. Okay.
Hold it.
How can you say for certain the two really met? So the plan is to come swinging, eh? See no worse approaches. Dominate the battlefield, counter your opponent's every move. It's a tried and tested strategy. But this battle has barely begun. Mr. Prosecutor, so shut up and buckle up. Okay, I did that. Pushed him.
Hold it.
No doubt about it. Okay. No doubt about it. Are you certain of that? Of course I am. The place, the time, everything points to the woman in the picture. The place and the time, interesting. Interesting seems to believe that the president will round up in a certain place at a certain time. Yet, yes, I think I'm starting to see the problem here. At least. Wait, what did she say? Hold on. Hold on. Right, certainly yes. At least the time, every matches. Place and time, interesting. Interesting believes that the president wound up in a certain place at a certain time. And yes, I've seen the problem here. Huh. Wait, this was taken yesterday. No monster footprints were visible at this point. today the 5th? What's today the 6th? The night before. This happened the night before last.
Objection!
There we go. That was dumb of me. That was a simple one. Shilong Lang, former star agent of Interpol. How the mighty have fallen. What? You didn't have to say all that, Edgeworth. Take a look at this picture. It's behind the scenes shot of some of the cast and crew. Look at the smiles. Well, maybe not Sean's, but you know what I mean. And it was taken only yesterday. What? If Judge Gavel really did kill President Wang the night before last, the body would have been clearly visible in the background of this picture. What? Perhaps you should have taken a little bit more time to speak with those involved. After all, thoroughly witness interviews form the basis of any good investigation, as you should know. Don't think I've ever seen you so happy, Mr. Edgeworth. You really do love backing your opponent into a corner, huh? Fine, you got me. I must say it's been a while. I almost missed it. Perhaps if you try to stay a little calmer while conducting your investigations in future. Don't push your luck, Edgeworth. Lang Zi says, fuck you. The righteous anger of the wolf lasts 100 years. I won't be calming down anytime soon. Not until we've caught the president's killer. I want the same thing we all do. Nonetheless, the body appeared last night. You have to accept that now. And there's one other thing you'll need to accept. The president didn't die from a fall. That's right, he was crushed by the falling head of the giant monster. The incident occurred here on the movie set, not at the top of the big building. Says you, but that's just your theory. I'm not about to give up my own because of it. But it literally can't have happened the night before last. We just proved this with that picture. Did you? What if your friend Gavel pushed the president off the big building the night before last, and then came down here to the movie set and hid the body somewhere? Here, but where? There's all kinds of stuff down here, costumes, equipment, you could hide it anywhere, and then come back up the day later, last night in other words, and take it out again. We just need to check the lot for trace evidence. We'll soon find where she put it. There won't be any need for that. What? This piece of evidence proves that Judge Gavel can't have hidden the body.
Take that!
Both entrances to this lot were locked, and we already know that the chain on the gate was cut only last night. Judge Gavel had no way of getting in here to hide the body the night before last. She is probably a witness, though. The murder has to have happened 2 nights ago. Why are you set on believing that? Because if you remember, that picture was a printout from that video, and there was more. There's footage from a few dozen minutes after your friend went up to the roof with the president. It shows her heading back into the elevator alone. You know what there's no footage of? The president himself leaving that roof. There's no other way he could have gone down from the top of the building that high, as he was pushed by Gavel. Oh, that is simple as fuck. Okay, I have this. Okay, let's go. Go on. Go on. Go on. Go on. Skip. Skip. Fast. Go fast. Come on. Indeed, even if we gotta go out, we can actually fly. It's the roof, right? Okay.
Hold it!
Or if there's another way he could have gotten down. He was 50 stories up, don't be ridiculous. The elevator was the only way down, that's that simple. If you want to take my theory apart, you need a sharper tools than this. But there really had been no other way to leaving the viewing platform? Are you about to be convinced? There's no other way the president came to lying here.
Objection!
Tisk tisk kiss. You weren't around for our last case, so let me fill you on in, bucko. Actually, there was another way. Apart from the elevator, what do you mean? You're not about to tell me he flew. He didn't need to. It was much simpler than that. Assuming the president knew what we know, of course. Namely that the big building has a hidden 51st floor. What? That's right, a hidden floor. With a hidden entrance on the rooftop. He left that way, he wouldn't have needed to ride the elevator. What? But you said it was hidden, right? That it was a secret? How would the president even know about it? It's an interesting question, and one I don't have an answer to just yet. But now, this is just a theory. So what are we talking about exactly? What is this hidden floor of yours? Sounds like the kind of place your little ninja friend would happily spend time in. No, I hate it there. Don't make me go back. Kay's memories of it are far from happy. There's a secret storeroom up there where they keep lots from an underground auction. The whole sordid scheme was uncovered just yesterday. An underground auction? What the heck are you trying to say? That President Wang was involved somehow? I don't have any proof, but I certainly think it's a possibility. Yeah, based on what we've seen of him, he does totally seem the type. Oh. He'd never do that, not the president. Illegal underground auctions? No, he'd have nothing to do with it, nothing. What's gotten into him? I hope you two are feeling lucky, because when people start saying stuff like that, I start biting. You know nothing, neither of you. You have no idea how much people love him, how well respected he is. But the people of Zhengfa clearly don't. I wonder if I should tell him the truth about his beloved president. What good would it do? Yes, no, tell him. Forgive me, Agent Long. I didn't mean to upset you. We spoke out of turn. Both of us. I can only apologize. Apology accepted and reciprocated. I'm sorry I got carried away. It's alright, Kay. You can come out now. It's fine. It's not like I'm upset. It's you upset with. It's the animal who killed the president. Well, ain't you just a fine figure of a man? All patriotic and such. Gotta tip your hat to that sort of thing. What are you talking about? Well, I got good news for you, Mr. Patriot. Real good news. What? Ain't no way in heck your pal, the president, moseyed on downstairs via 51. Really? I was hunkered down in there that whole storeroom the whole dang time. Eyes peeled like oranges. Of course, you would have already snuck in by that point. Thanks. That's very useful to know. Well, Mr. Prosecutor. What? Guess my theory still stands, which means I'm not budging an inch. Nobody saw the president after he met with Gaffel 2 nights ago. That's a fact. But also a fact that the body appeared only last night. How could the president have fallen from the roof 2 nights ago and only been found today? That seems a little slow as falls go, wouldn't you say? Sure, there are questions that so need answering. I'll give you that. Then I guess there's one thing we can both agree on. And what's that? The question of exactly what happened here yesterday will require further investigation. I guess we all know for sure that the body and the footprints appeared during the night. Whew. Agent Lang, we'd have to hand the body off to the coroner if you don't mind. Which coroner? The one we know one coroner and she's arrested. Going to be arrested. Fine, he's all yours. Just take care of him, okay? Oh, one last thing. What? We found footprints near the body. I mean, footprints in the footprint, if you will. Little ones in the big one. Huh. What kind of footprints? They were child's footprints, about the size of your average elementary school kid. What? I mean to butt in, sorry. Was there something you wanted to say? There's something I have to tell you. You'll probably think it was pretty awful of me, but... Well, what is it? Last night I came here. You mean you came back to the set? Why? Well, I was worried about him, so I came back to check. Check on Sean, I mean. Sean the boy? Yes, you see, he stayed behind on his own last night to rehearse. He takes the job seriously, huh? Well, this movie is his first lead role, and he's trying so hard to make it perfect. I wonder what time was this? Let's see, it was already after 10, I think. It looked like it might be about to rain, so I got a little worried it came down. And when I got here, well... yeah, Sean was here on his own running his lines. And towering above him there was this long, like really long neck. Yes, skin like an enormous worm. It was like a dinosaur. Like, Gordy? Good old Gordy. You done gave me the slip last time, you slimy old lizard, but I got you now. I think he might be. I was as surprised as you were. Although, I guess Sean was practicing being a kid who can communicate with monsters. Hot dang, you're right. He could have been communicating for real with them little horn doohickeys of his. But it seemed like he was kind of looking up and talking right to him. Oh, come on. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. It's the camera thing. What's it called? The camera mover thingy. It's like they were friends. It's pretty weird, right? Dang tootin', it's weird. Weirder than a mustache on a mule. How could he cheat on his best monster pal like that? And you're absolutely certain that's what you saw? Yes, but only for a moment. I was so shocked I just turned and ran. But how about that, Mr. Prosecutor? Another mysterious beast to contend with. Don't tell me you believe this nonsense, Angel Lang. The monster angles neither here nor there, but I think we have a pretty good idea now who we need to speak to next. Young Mr. Fenn, if he really was here last night, then there's a good chance he saw something. My thoughts exactly. Prosecution calls Sean Fenn to the stand. Sean went off just a moment ago. What? We need to get after him. Where the heck did he go? Maybe he just went home? You're right. They won't be doing any filming today after all. Sure, maybe he went on the lam. You're just overthinking things, surely. He's a child, Agent Lang. There's no way he killed the president. Not on his own. And who said he was on his own, huh? Maybe a monster gave him a hand. Maybe he summoned one of his creature feature pals to help him. Yes, very funny. I'm not saying the kid did it. Not for sure anyway. Not yet. But he's our most important witness right now and we need to find him. Mr. Edgeworth? Hey, it's Gummy. Oh, God damn it. He ran away. What just goes to show that your police force can't be trusted. Are you saying you intend to continue investigating the president's murder alone? Yeah, so what? The last time we met you had about 800 other agents helping you. Sure, but I told you I'm a lone wolf now. You got a problem with that? I don't need lackeys and I don't need friends. Either. All I need are these fangs right here. Keep things nice and simple. Anyway, catch you both around. Things just gone interesting. God, I hate reading for her. And it sounds like I got my work cut out for me. Two big beasties on the prowl. How we? It's raining scoops. If I don't catch at least one, ain't no shutter rug worthy of no name. And there she goes. There goes my hero. Wow, this has all got kind of complicated, huh? It did. The Pterosaurus footprints were bad enough. But now Gordy? This might as well be a movie. Well then we'd better get our monster hunting shoes on. I suppose we had. That's one of Ancient Lang's old team. We come across a few of them on the previous cases, but this one's on his own. Excuse me. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, long time no see. How come you're not with Agent Lang? Sifu, he's not technically my boss anymore. Really? What happened? You remember that case from a month or so back? The Yadagarasu case? How could we forget? He made kind of a big mistake there. Came about as close to aiding and abetting a serious criminal as you can come and still keep your job. Indeed, I guess that was pretty close. While being Shifu, he took full responsibility, so they disbanded our team. That's harsh, but explains why he's now a lone wolf, as he puts it. So, what are you doing here? Well, to tell you the truth, I was worried about him. I think he's been chasing ghosts. Ghosts from 12 years ago, to be precise. 12 years ago? What does that mean? Sorry, I already said too much. I would better be on my way. Well, looks like everybody left except us. What do we do now? Good question. It's hard on off monster hunting, and I guess Ancient Lang is busy trying to track down young Sean. Perhaps we should try investigating another angle. What kind of other angle? Somebody needs to get Judge Gavel's side of the story. Oh yeah, you're right. What does he say again? Please forgive me, but I had better be on my way. I am to preside over the trial of Fifi Lagarde in a bit. I guess the trial will be beginning right about now. Indeed, I think we better head down to the courthouse, don't you? Alright, let's go. Whew. Good thing I stop now, because my voice is shot. Ow. Ow. Hauser's beginning. It's still going to be a beginning. Because there's beginning, middle, and latter. And we're still going to be in a beginning part. Holy shit. Well, good thing I started this today then, because, oh boy. Alright, we're going to go find someone to raid. Because I am tired. But this is fun. It's interesting to see how this case is going to turn out for now. We are going to continue up Ace Attorney again next week, also on Monday and Tuesday, I think. I think it's Monday and Tuesday, or may just be Monday. No, it's Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday is the TGA, and Wednesday and Thursday the TGA stuff. But this Thursday, we are starting once again Arkham Origins, and then Saturday, Portal 2, and that's it for this week. Once again, you know, back to my Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday schedule for like 1 week before it gets fucked over the week, next week anyway, for the Game Awards. But who are we going to raid in the meantime? Let's see here. Oh boy. I think we're good. Let's see. Let me check something. Okay, good. Yeah, they're still streaming. I don't have a situation where I raid someone and then they raid back, so I'm gonna raid Nagi for today. In the meantime, I'm also gonna turn this off. But man, we are close to being done with this game, and then we'll definitely be done before the end of the month. And then next month we'll start up on the Apollo Justice trilogy, which I've already played 2 of those games completely through, so that won't be too much of a, you know, new thing. But it should be pretty cool. At some point, though, I don't want to make time to play other mystery games. But, you know, fitting that in with Ace Attorney is kind of hard. There's so many, like, you know, I have like 3 Sherlock Holmes games I think I want to play. I just won't play, but I actually have. And I also kind of play some visual novels as well, just normal visual novels. It also requires me to like speak out things more, and I need to train my voice for that because I get hoarse very quickly. I don't want to be, horsing around. Oh boy. But yeah, thank you all for coming. Thank you all for watching this VOD. If you're watching a VOD. And bye.